have two pieces of breaking news. Two. Coming to you right after our introduction. You are not going to believe this. Y'all, it can't get any worse. No, it can get worse. No, it can get worse. But listen, I feel like we're inching up on the heart attack. I feel like we're just inching. We're inching. First of all, for those who do not know me, if you're watching me for the first time, first of all, thank you for coming to my channel. But I am Dr. Sherry. I am your multi-entrepreneur, where I will teach you about business, about credit, about real estate, and about life. Listen, I am a well-known real estate instructor for multiple states. I have my own real estate school. And so now I did the plug. Now let's get to business. Okay, y'all. Oh my goodness. Y'all, Fani's in trouble. No, I'm like serious. I'm like so serious how much trouble that she is in. She's in a lot of trouble. All right. So I kind of, wanted to wait before I came back online to well, anyway, I did do the live in regards to the first ladies of the case. So I told y'all the women are kind of really taking center stage with this case. So go back and check out my live where I talk about all of the women, including Nathan Wade's wife and her attorney. We're not hearing too much about them, but I give you a nice bit of info about what's going on that end. All right, now let's get to business. According to Scripps, this just came out just 2 hours ago, you all. Just a few hours, probably 3 or 4 hours now. But I want you to hear what happened. The Georgia House, I wrote my notes down because I don't want to miss anybody's name. The Georgia House Judiciary Chairman, his name is Jim Jordan. Okay. He threatened Fani Willis with contempt, y'all, with contempt, in a push to get access to the oversight documents in the case. Now, what are they considering the oversight documents? These are the documents that have all the juicy information in it. Okay, these are the documents that have the information that everybody is looking for. Everybody. Hey, Todd. Dr. Sherry, you are so refreshing. I'm so glad I found you. Your laughter is contagious. Hey. So, okay. Todd, I'm just so taken aback about all the news that just dropped within the last 2 days. I wanted to have something meaty to come back to you guys with. And I do have some other things that have dropped. But this right here, I knew it. I just felt it in my spirit that something was about to explode. And it did. Okay. So now, remember the Georgia Senate hearing that happened last Wednesday. Okay. I actually did a live on that too. Go back and watch that. Okay, we recap. And that's the one everybody got mad at me when I said that Senator Harold Jones, it felt as if he was grilling Ashley Merchant to me. Okay, to me. Okay, so now today, Representative Jordan sent a letter addressed to Willis. And he said that the Judiciary Committee, they actually put this on their social media. So you all can go back and check the Georgia Judiciary Committee's social media. Okay. And this is what they said in a letter to Fani Willis, y'all. They asked her, they said they want documents related to the committee's oversight of the Fulton County District Attorney Office's alleged misuse misuse of the federal grant funds. All right. I wish I had a little explosion thing. I got to get me one of those little machines with the explosion. Hey, Robin, how are you? Because that's an explosion. That's a boom right there, okay? What are they saying? Y'all, they're going back to the trips. They're going back to all those things that they bought. They're going back to that because what they're saying now is that the monies that you all received, okay, to cover these cases cases with all those defendants, they're calling those federal grant funds, which they are, okay? They are the government's funding. And they're saying that it's been a misuse in it. So they sent her a letter today. They had already requested the information before, and I'll read that in a second. Let me see. Robin says, Fani is so guilty of perjury, spending money on trips and hiring Wade while they're sleeping together. I know. Robin, I'm great. You're fun to watch. Oh, thank you, Robin. All right, so you guys, listen. So Fani stated that she did not misuse the funds. Okay, so remember now, she went back and she said she didn't misuse the funds because what did she say she did? She said she paid them back in what? In cash, okay? But remember now, they got all those trips. They would eat at all those expensive restaurants. And I know that Napa Valley trip. I know that winery was expensive. I know that. My daughter lives in California. Everything is expensive in California. Even a Coca-Cola is $25. Oh, y'all know I'm kidding about that. But some places it might be. So anyway, she said that they had split the cost, right? And so what they are trying to state at this point, now mind you now, this is the Georgia Judiciary Committee. This is bouncing off of that Senate hearing from last week. What they're saying now is that, listen, we asked you for documents and you did not send us what we asked for. Let me see. I think I took some notes on that. Okay, Jordan stated, okay, that they requested documents from Fani Willis, and she sent back a narrow set of documents in response to their subpoena. So they actually sent her a subpoena, okay? And they stated that her sending back a narrow document, a narrow stack of documents that didn't even include anything that they had pretty much asked her for. They said that she is being defiant, okay? And the documents were insufficient. This is what they're saying. Y'all, all of this dropped today. So they sent her a subpoena. They asked her for these documents. She sent back a small stack of documents, not really providing what they asked. Oh, you know what? I took a picture of what they asked, what they're asking her for, because I couldn't believe it. I said, let me take a picture and read this to everybody. Hold on. I got glasses on, so I gotta make sure I make this print big. All right. So these are the things that they asked her for. Let me see. All documents and communications referring or relating to any allegations of the misuse of federal funds by the FCDAO. All documents or communications between or among your office and the Justice Department, including its OJP and OVW components. All communications between the FCDAO, that's Fulton County District Attorney's Office, employees about the receipt of or use of federal grants. All documents that fall within the scope of the subpoena, such as the Fulton County District Attorney's Office applications, proposal abstracts, grant agreements, financial management and system of internal controls questionnaire, and consolidated budget summary documents. All documents and communications relating to the FCDAO's grant performance measurement and progress reporting information. And she sent that back. They said what she sent back were like letters of accommodation of her receiving awards or what have you. She sent back things that didn't even relate to what they requested. Did you hear all that stuff I just read? Did y'all hear all that? Let me see what y'all got going on. Robin says, I'm Fani. visit to get to see Fani and Wade get this bar. Cash. You know, I will say this. I know that we all are, on a serious note now, I know that we all are really are getting a lot of information, and you know, some of us really, really, really do want to see justice being done here. And listen to me very carefully. For me, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the carelessness of them. Okay. And I told you, every time I do these lives, the person that keeps coming to my mind over and over and over and over again is Mrs. Wade. Mrs. Wade, she always comes to my heart, y'all. I'm telling you. I even heard on her, I heard that her attorney actually did an interview, and her attorney stated that she actually has medical conditions. And I remember I told y'all in the previous live when I did all the first ladies of this case, she didn't even know that Nathan had this job. She found out, y'all, she found out on the news. She found all of this information out on the TV. Do you hear that he had not even reported that in his divorce hearing that he was getting over $600,000? He had not even reported it. Now, you know that's sad. So what am I saying here? This is great, great TV. Okay, this is some juicy information, but I don't want us to understand that these are two people that are literally going to lose everything. Everything. Now, let me say this. Some of us may have made choices, right, where we may have lost everything, but you just didn't get caught. Okay. All right. So, you know, okay, I'm just putting it out there. I just want us to always come back to the space of, we know they made some very, very, very bad choices, right? We know that in these choices, people have been hurt, okay? We know in these choices, many people are going to be disciplined for this when they start uncovering, okay? Uncovering. But I want us also to realize that ourselves, family members, friends, we all know others that have made mistakes, and we have made mistakes ourselves, right? So even though I'm angry about them considering that they could get away with something like this and thinking that we all are fools, okay? But I do know that our whole justice system is messed up. It's messed up. And this is proof that it's messed up. These were our leaders of the justice system, and you see what they did. So I want you to always reflect on the men and women who are sitting behind jail, sitting behind bars right now in jail, who are innocent, and they fell victim to the hands of corrupt officers of the court, just like what we're experiencing now. You don't understand the repercussions that this is going to cause, because if Fani Willis it's not even if at this point, to me, I can't see Judge Scott McAfee. I cannot see him doing a verdict on her behalf. I just can't see it. I can't see it. But do you think about all of the cases that she has done that could possibly be overturned now? Have y'all thought about that? Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments. Robin said, good thing I don't drink Cokes. Okay. You need to be with Diamond. You two would make a great team. Now, who is Diamond? I heard the name. I just don't know who that is. Fani used her office to benefit herself. But with that said, I pray Fani repents and turns her life around. Yes. We know God can turn what was bad to be turned to good. Yes. And as a Christian, God can change it. Yes. And I want us to make sure that we don't fall away from that, okay? Because they really are going to need some redeeming. And y'all, I'm not even finished everything that dropped today. That's just one morsel of what happened. All right, today, Governor Brian Kemp, okay, the governor of Georgia. Now remember now, he's a Republican too, but remember him and Trump they were bumping heads about this voting thing, okay? Remember they were bumping heads, and Governor Kemp went along with, prosecuting everybody to the fullest extent of the law, okay? All right. Today, Kemp signs into law. Let me read this. Kemp signs Georgia law reviving the prosecutor sanction panel. Today, they put it into law, you guys. This law will give the state commission the powers to discipline and remove prosecutors that refuse to uplift the law. Now, this was something that was spurring last year, and I understand there was some lawsuits going on, and some of this even went to the Supreme Court law. When you all pull it up, this was dropped by the Associated Press. So when you pull up Governor Kemp's law, okay, I'm sure the information is going to come. So you're going to see all of the legalities around this law right here and how they rewrote the law to circumvent what the Supreme Court said. Okay, that's just it in a nutshell. So they re-signed it today. What does that mean? That means the state of Georgia now has the authority to go after Fani, discipline her, turn her over to the Attorney General of Georgia, who now can try her. Y'all, when I tell you this thing is serious, it's so serious. It's scary at this point on how deep they are in trouble. I mean, they are so deep. It's scary. So it says, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed a law Wednesday that lets a state commission begin operating with powers to discipline and remove prosecutors, potentially disrupting Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's prosecution of former President Donald Trump. This is what they say in quotations. This legislation, this is Kemp talking, this legislation will help us ensure, listen y'all what he's saying, rogue and incompetent prosecutors are held accountable if they refuse to uphold the law. Kemp said before signing the bill, flanked by Republican legislator leaders. And he goes on to say, as we know all too well, crime has been on the rise across the country, and it is especially prevalent in cities where prosecutors are giving criminals a free pass or failing to put them behind bars due to lack of professional conduct. Now, I don't know if he's throwing some darts with that statement. He said rogue behavior. Y'all, when I tell you, do you see how thick the waters are right now in Georgia? Are you feeling what we're feeling? Okay. It is deep and it is thick. The corruption is at an all-time high, and they are coming after her on every side at this point. And we still don't know the judge's ruling, which possibly will be dropping tomorrow. He said 2 weeks. 2 weeks is going to be tomorrow. Now, listen, let's talk about Judge Scott McAfee for a minute. Did y'all know he was 34 years old? He is only 34 years old. He has toddlers. I think he said 5 and 3. He did an interview, right? And he did an interview stating that he had already prepared his ruling and it was being drafted, okay? And he said that he is going to strictly abide to the law, okay? And he shall not be swayed. He doesn't matter. It doesn't care. He doesn't care about, he has a race coming up and he is being challenged. He said that has no impact at all on this case. Now, this week, do y'all know that he dropped 6 counts against former President Trump and the other defendants? He dropped six counts because he stated it was not enough evidence. Listen, hold on to your seats. It's about to be a bumpy ride tomorrow. Y'all stay by the YouTube. Listen, if you did y'all give me a like? Give me a like, please. Can y'all give me a like? When you give me a like, it helps, take this out a little further and share. But I want you to subscribe because I am going to be glued to the TV tomorrow. And as soon as it drops, and y'all know I'm in Atlanta, right? So as soon as it drops and I hear, you're going to hear. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to end it here because that's enough hot, juicy news for today. All right, let me see what you guys are saying before I leave up. All right, so, Robert, you're saying diamond and silk. Okay, all right. And Diamond says, what has me upset is just lying on the stand. I know. And in church. Don't forget, because she said she paid everybody what? Equally across the board. Well, we know that is not true. You're not paying everybody equally, Fani. Now, you done stood up in the house of the Lord in front of all those church people and told that lie. Robin goes on to say, they knew Brantley had text. I love the law. I went to school in my late 40s and received my BA in criminal justice. I pray the judge does right on this. You know what, Robin? I pray that judges across the board will do right. I pray that attorneys will do right. I pray that anyone that is considered an officer of the court does right. And if you don't do right, it is also my prayer that you get caught. Okay. And not just getting caught, that somebody does something about it. Now now here you go. You done put me on my soapbox because just like they done put all this stuff into law to make sure that they get her and, asking for documents and all of that. Are you doing that for other people that are right now sitting in jail and sitting in situations where they're not guilty? Are we going hard for everybody like that? Okay. Are we going hard to help people who have been mistreated and wrongfully convicted? Governor Kemp, the Georgia Judiciary Committee, how are y'all going hard like that for everybody? Or we're just going hard like that in this situation? All right, I'm telling you guys because I got one side of this, but there's another side of this that stinks. All right, because it seems like we're just rearing up right now to go after two people who truly made some stupid choices, right? But you got to understand, everyday citizens have been experiencing this kind of foolishness for years, and no one has come to their rescue. All right, no one. So my thing, I'm looking at all this law passing and signing this and subpoena over here and all of this over there. We're going to really take our time and make sure we do this to the law. Are y'all taking your time like that with everybody? No, you're not. And that's another area now that's pissing me off. That part right there. Because we're not taking our time and being as diligent with everybody. Not in everybody's case. We're not doing that. Okay. And so now this is a challenge to all of these, that we have voted into office or what have you. Make sure you do this due diligence with everybody. Okay. Not just a situation that is actually on the center stage right now for the world. Okay. All right. Now I'm off my soapbox. Y'all, tomorrow, stay tuned. I'm telling you, it's about to heat up. All right. Until next time. Bye.